In 2015, the film Baahubali was released. And audiences embraced it wholeheartedly. After Mughal-e-Azam, Baahubali left a significant impact on the Indian film industry. Baahubali broke the boundaries of Indian regional cinema, leading to the release of diverse regional films across the country. People appreciated Baahubali for various reasons. Some loved the story, some admired the visuals, others praised the actors' performances, and some enjoyed the songs. Upon studying Baahubali, one surprising observation emerges. The characters in the film are inspired by characters from the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata has had a profound influence on Rajamouli's life. From a young age, he was deeply fascinated by it. In many interviews, Rajamouli has shared how the Mahabharata shaped his storytelling style. In today's video, we will explore how Rajamouli and Vijayendra Prasad collaborated to create the characters of Baahubali. Drawing inspiration from the Mahabharata. At the beginning of Baahubali, we see someone holding a baby in one hand in a river. The baby is alive, and some people notice the hand holding the child as it is carried away. The baby is saved, but the lady holding the child drowns in the river. Later, the child is raised by Sanga. Since Sanga does not have her own child, she adopts and raises this baby as her own. A similar story occurs with Karna. Kunti places Karna in a basket and sets it afloat in the Ganga. The basket is found by Adirat. Since Adirat and Radha do not have their own child, they raise Karna as their son. This plot is mirrored in Baahubali. Shiva's biological mother is Devasena, but he is raised by Sanga. This highlights that Shiva's character is inspired by Karna. The character of Amrendra Baahubali is inspired by both Karna and Arjuna. Amrendra Baahubali, like Karna, is not raised by his biological mother but by his aunt, Shivagami, who nurtures him as her own son. Shivagami treats Balal Dev and Baahubali equally, without any bias. In the Mahabharata, upon Krishna's suggestion, Arjuna shoots Karna with an arrow from behind, leading to Karna's death.
युद्ध नियमों के पालन की बात करने वाले इसी अंगराज कर्ण ने अभिमन्यु वध में सबका साथ दिया था। तब वो भी पैदल ही था पार्थ, और इसी की भांति निहत्था भी था।
Similarly, in Baahubali, upon Shivagami's order, Katappa stabs Baahubali in the back, causing his demise.
तुम मारोगे उसे।
In the Mahabharata, before his death, Karna exhibits his generosity by removing his golden teeth to give them to an elderly man. This charitable nature defines Karna until his final breath. Similarly, before his death, Baahubali sits like a king and dies with the dignity of royalty. Having lived and died as a king. In the Mahabharata, Arjuna was unmatched in archery, gaining fame for his skill. Amrendra Baahubali also excels in archery. His precision is evident when he hunts wild boars in the fields, and his true prowess is displayed when he teaches Devasena how to shoot 3 arrows simultaneously. In the Mahabharata, Arjuna wins Draupadi in her Swayamvara by shooting an arrow through the eye of a fish. Likewise, Baahubali impresses Devasena by demonstrating his archery skills. Baahubali's character also draws inspiration from Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir is known for his commitment to truth and keeping his promises. He vows to live in exile with his brothers and wife, Draupadi, if he loses a gamble, and he honors that vow. Similarly, Baahubali promises Devasena that her honor and self-respect will never be insulted in Mahishmati, and he keeps this promise.
जो धर्म मेरी माँ ने मुझे सिखाया है उसे साक्षी मानकर वचन देता हूँ। तुम्हारे गौरव और मर्यादा पर किसी भी परिस्थिति में आंच नहीं आने दूंगा।
When Devasena is humiliated in the royal court, Baahubali sacrifices his royal position for the sake of Devasena.
सिंहासन के लिए मैं अपना वचन तोड़ दूं। ये आपकी परवरिश का अपमान होगा माँ। मैं अपना वचन नहीं तोड़ूंगा।
In the Mahabharata, Yudhishthir, after becoming king, always prioritized the well-being of his people. Similarly, in Baahubali, when the Kalakiya army uses Mahishmati citizens as shields, believing that Baahubali would not harm them, Baahubali saves the citizens while also defeating the Kalakiya army. Duryodhan, from a young age, desired to become the king of Hastinapur, which fueled his animosity toward the Pandavas. Duryodhan was powerful and unbeatable in wrestling. He wished to win Draupadi during her Swayamvara but failed to achieve this. After defeating the Pandavas in a game of dice, Duryodhan sent them into exile. During their exile, he attempted to kill them. Bilal Dev's character in Baahubali is modeled on these traits of Duryodhan. Bilal Dev always aspired to become king but knew that as long as Baahubali was present, he could not achieve his dream, which led to his grudge. Bilal Dev's strength is evident when he knocks out a bull with a single punch. Like Duryodhan, who cared only about the throne and not about his subjects, Bilal Dev also disregards his people. He oppresses them, exploits them to erect his statue, and kills them without hesitation when the Kalakiya army uses them as human shields. Bilal Dev is attracted to Devasena but fails to win her over. In the name of bringing justice to Devasena, he exiles Baahubali from the palace and forces him to live outside. In the Mahabharata, before killing Duryodhan, Bhima breaks his thigh as punishment for inviting Draupadi to sit on his lap.
इस दासी को मेरी जंघा पर बिठा दो। दुर्योधन, इस अपमान के लिए मैंने तेरी जंघा न तोड़ी, तो 7 जन्मों तक तेरा दास बनना स्वीकार करूंगा।
Similarly, before killing Bilal Dev, Shiva drives a sword into his right thigh because Bilal Dev had kicked Bahubali's corpse with his right foot. Despite being the eldest, Dhritarashtra could not become king because he was blind. Instead, his younger brother, Pandu, ascended the throne. This fact always saddened Dhritarashtra, though he became king after Pandu went into exile. Shakuni's hand was crippled when his father broke it before being killed, as a reminder for Shakuni to never forget his life's mission. Similarly, in Baahubali, Vijaladev's crippled hand prevented him from becoming king. His brother became the king, and after his death, Shivagami became the queen and took charge of the kingdom. This was a constant source of distress for Vijaladev, who resolved to make his son the king at any cost. Just as Shakuni plotted conspiracies, Vijaladev schemed to kill Baahubali. He masterminded a plan to eliminate Baahubali, ensuring his son, Bilal Dev, would ascend to the throne. In the Mahabharata, Draupadi is recognized for her pride and self-respect. She never compromised her dignity and always upheld it. Similarly, Devasena in Baahubali values her pride deeply and refuses to let it be diminished. When Shivagami sends Bilal Dev's sword to Devasena, symbolizing a marriage proposal, and summons her to Mahishmati, Devasena feels insulted and rejects the invitation outright. In the Mahabharata, just as Dushasana tries to disrobe Draupadi and humiliate her, in Baahubali, a commander attempts to touch Devasena inappropriately, but she retaliates by cutting off his hand. After her humiliation, Draupadi vows not to tie her hair until the Pandavas avenge her insult by killing all the Kauravas.
केश तब तक खुले रहेंगे जब तक तुम में से कोई अपनी अंजलि भर दुशासन की छाती का लहू लाकर मुझसे ये ना कहेगा कि पांचाली ये लो दुशासन की छाती का लहू और इनसे अपनी केशों का अपमान धो डालो।
Similarly, Devasena takes an oath that she will not leave the prison until she witnesses Bilal Dev's death with her own eyes. Despite Katapa's repeated pleas for her to leave the prison, Devasena remains steadfast in her vow.
बल्लाल देव का रक्त, प्राण, हड्डियां, शरीर सबको भस्म करने के लिए चिता सजा रही हूं।
In the Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitama pledges to his father that he will never marry and will protect Hastinapur for as long as he lives.
इसलिए मैं गंगा पुत्र देवव्रत चारों दिशाओं धरती और आकाश को साक्षी मानकर आज ये प्रतिज्ञा करता हूँ कि आजीवन ब्रह्मचारी रहूंगा, जीवन भर विवाह नहीं करूंगा, वंशहीन ही जीऊंगा और वंशहीन ही मरूंगा। ये मेरी अखंड प्रतिज्ञा है।
When the Pandavas declare war to claim their rightful throne, Bhishma joins the battle to defend Hastinapur, even though he knows the Pandavas are the rightful heirs. Despite knowing that Yudhishthir has all the qualities of a king and that Karna is Kunti's son, Bhishma remains silent and fights on the side of the Kauravas. Similarly, Katapa belongs to a clan that has sworn to protect Mahishmati at all costs.
में जन्म लेने वाला हर कोई माहिष्मति राज सिंहासन की गुलामी करेगा। ये मेरे पुरखों का वचन है।
When Shivagami orders Katapa to kill Baahubali,
तुम मारोगे उसे।
Katapa obeys the royal judgment, even though he knows it is wrong. He is aware that Bilal Dev is the reason for Bahubali's death but continues to serve as the commander of Bilal Dev's army due to his oath. In the Mahabharata, during the final battle, the Pandavas need an army. Drishtaduyam, Draupadi's brother, provides them with his forces. Similarly, in Baahubali, Shiva receives military support to fight against Bilal Dev from Jayavarma. Jayavarma's character is inspired by Drishtaduyam. Support us by subscribing to our channel.